John Paul here. Hey, here I am. Okay, it's not very well lit in here because we're going to do the laser beam thing. This is the classic P2. This is a conversion, a laser conversion. We're going to fire that off and look at the laser beam. And this is a standard size assault phaser. I'm sure we all recognize that. This also is a conversion. Has a nice engraved bottom plate there, as well as the all-metal trimming and so forth. Custom finish. Very good. Nice phaser. We're going to shoot these off. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to sit down here because I'm lazy. Maybe have a little vaping. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. Now this is, let's see, we'll do this one first. Ooh, camera didn't like that. And I'll give you the other soundtrack. Soundtrack number 2. Got to keep that moving so we don't light the ceiling on fire. Okay, so that's the assault phaser. Just put that back in its nice little stand. And then we'll do this is the P2. We'll leave this one on silent and we'll focus on the beam on this one because we all know what the P2 sounds like. Or maybe I'll dub it in, I don't know. Okay, now I want you to notice on this one, there's a little beam down here, see it? That's called the splash. Now there's actually, I'm going to rotate this around and hope the camera picks it up. There's a little splash on both sides of that laser beam. Now that splash, that splash is because of this acrylic emitter. And when I talk about the acrylic emitter, I'm going to come close here. It's this little acrylic part. The laser beams are square; they're not round. That's kind of a myth. Laser diodes all produce a square beam, various size rectangles, and the best diodes, I believe, are the 3 watt. There's a lot of hubbub in the business about the 6 watt lasers. I will build one of those for you. When you put those in a P2, you get even more spill because the 6 watt is really 6 1 watts right next to each other. So it has a very large rectangle of power that it puts out. Effectively, that rectangle is so large that in terms of distance, when you shoot outside, the 6 watt doesn't look as good as the 3 watt. The only thing the 6 watt is better at is at very close range, let's say 1 or 2 feet, you can really scorch stuff with the 6 watt. But I will mention you won't scorch stuff for long with the 6 watt because it goes through batteries like nobody's business. The beauty of 3 watters are, like the batteries in this 3 watter, I've been playing with this guy for 3-4 months. This is my own personal one I keep by the TV to take out palmetto bugs and things like that. Because I live here in Florida and we have gigantic bugs. But this runs on 2 3.7 volt lithium ion batteries. This one's got the old design where, see the batteries, I'll show you this a little closer. The batteries pop out the bottom, see that? 2 3.7 volt L-ions, and then we have the little end cap that pops back into the handle base. I don't do these anymore because the all this popping out detail adds about $150 to the phaser cost, and nobody wants to pay an extra $150. I can make the batteries come out the side by having a side plate that comes off for free. Show you that pretty engraved butt again. There's a little release here. Look at that. It's a battery magazine. We've also got 2 3.7 volt lithium ions in here. And the difference is with these are what you call a AA equivalent size, whereas in a P2 they're AAA equivalent size, or they're a 16340, which is a CR123A size, which gives me better power. I actually use the 16340s when I do the side cover handle on the P2s. So anyway, so a little bit about beams. Isn't that cool? And anyway, again, both these phasers have the same 3-watt laser system, and they both have big heat sinks in them, so they last a very long time. So they're good stuff. So get one. Call me. Visit me on eBay. Email me. Whatever. And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.